Alright, it's December, Studio T. Got new toys.
Basically, what we got here, folks, is 16 track, 1 inch Tascam tape machine. We've yet to record anything with it, but we've listened to some playback because I got some tapes. And then just recently acquired, to make it all function, a 32 channel analog mixer here. Soundtracks brand. Didn't know about this brand previously. However, it was made in England. I guess Soundtracks is apparently, they like became Digico somehow, or they're somehow involved with Digico now. I believe they like became Digico apparently. I've converted the playback to digital now, so we kind of have a hybrid setup now if we want. We can do stuff to tape if we want. We can do drums and bass to tape. We can do a whole album to tape. I mean, we can basically get 33 minutes on a full tape, and that would be like 16 tracks. And hell, I'm thinking we are only going to use like 8 tracks. I think we can make an album with like 8 tracks, make another album on the other 8 tracks, you know what I'm saying? So we've rearranged somewhat. We had a little jam session recently, so I had this like kind of crazy keyboard rig going. I had like the little MIDI keyboard on top with the Moog, so I had like 3 little keyboards to play with. And we had this guy come in and jam like some guitar, and Phil was on bass, and we had the drummer come over.
So what are we working on today?
I brought a whole bunch of new Shadow People stuff, new quote unquote. Some of it's old that we just never finished, and a lot of it's like close to finish. It just needs to be like, you know, polished up. And then there's probably like 4 or 5 new tracks that some of them are like ready to just take instruments on top. Some are like kind of a mess and still need to be like developed, but I'm really hoping we'll get our buddy Kyle. You haven't met Kyle yet, but he's coming over real soon. He's a good drummer, and we always got our buddy Zach in Nashville, but he's, you know, he's a busy guy and he sends us some stuff. But like, if we got a drummer in the house, I want to make it happen. Yeah, I've been calling this one, what is it called? Out of Oblivion and Into the Void. That's the new Shadow People record. We just finished this Final Fantasy thing that you worked on with us. Like, Tim pretty much sent me the last masters of the cover songs we did from the game Final Fantasy IV. So with that out of the way and Matt's album out of the way, it's like time to look on to the next frontier, which is really all we got is like Shadow People, and then Tim's always doing his thing with the Star Zero Pound. So I imagine the tape machine will come in very heavily on that. Yeah, I mean, I got like a bunch of tracks. I'm ready to like dig in on them.
What's kind of the premise here in the storyline?
It's more just a concept. Like, I was doodling one night while I was playing piano, and like I drew this little like blip that to me was just like this perfect metaphor for existence, which is like humans are alive for like this long, and we're surrounded by like, you know, non-existence and death on each end. So to me, it's like I wish I had the drawing. I just hold it up and you can see, but it's like a little white like tadpole like shape that opens up out of the blackness, and like within that shape is like everything, from atoms to matter to organisms back to nothing. And I'm like, I just think that's cool. That's kind of what the Shadow People's about. So I'm trying to zoom out a little bit in the music because I don't want to be singing like, Sarah just hit this dude with a sword. I want it to be more like, you know, big huge concepts that go well as poetry and music, you know. We'll see where we end up. I mean, you never know if that's going to stick. But that's the idea. I figured the more stuff to play with, the better, you know. Like, if it gets cut and it's on the cutting room floor, that's no harm. It's just the process.
And then
Freebie.
see, that's on.
Freebie.
Is it running?
Freebie.
What do you mean freebie?
This whole thing was
What are you
free.
fucking talking
All
about?
of this was free.
How do you do that?
It's
You got lucky
who
as
you
fuck.
know,
Jesus Christ,
not what
man.
you know.
we had this band called The Biz, and we would broadcast out of my like living room, live stream with the visuals. That sounds tight.
What are you doing right now?
Yes. Yes. That was a very good idea.
Yeah, that's just crazy, dude. Yeah.